And we're back with another episode of Lakers Latest. I'm Gerald Glassford, host of the Lakers Latest podcast. Truly appreciate you joining us. Go ahead and give us some love out there with the like and subscribe so that you can get the latest notifications on when the latest Lakers Latest drops on the air for you. And I also want to give, as always, a big thank you to the Fan Arc Network for allowing me to come to you today with the Lakers Latest show. So if you could show some love to the Fan Art Network and its plethora of great shows and great teams that they cover, please go ahead and give them a like and subscribe as well. Well, welcome again. It is Gerald Glassford. Thanks again for joining us. Truly appreciate it. As it gets closer and closer, the clock is ticking. It's getting closer and closer to the NBA trade deadline, 3 p.m. Eastern on Thursday afternoon. What will it look like? Will there be more trades? Will it be as active as it has been on Tuesday and Wednesday? We will wait and see, but I just wanted to get everybody up to date on what went on in the really active day of Wednesday. I'm kind of worried that all the noise was made on Tuesday and Wednesday, and it's going to be a whimper on Thursday. But keeping my fingers crossed for a lot of good stuff to talk about. So hopefully we can go ahead and continue the conversation on NBA trades, at least up until the NBA trade deadline. But obviously the biggest trade was the first one that went down on Wednesday, and that was Anthony Davis. Of course, Laker fans are very familiar with his work, where his career has gone. It's been a lot of injuries, but still, when he's in there, obviously he give you quite a bit of production from the forward / center position. I know he hates being a forward, but hates being a center, but you know what? I know he likes being a forward, but come on, he's a center. He's 6'11", 270. But okay, if he wants to be a forward in Washington, Dallas, anywhere else, it's just fine by me, because he's heading on his way to Washington. This was the one that was out of left field because it was looking more and more like there were negotiations being done between Dallas and Toronto, and he might be on his way to the Great White North. ESPN was stating that there were sources that they had that said those two were in heavy negotiations, and lo and behold, they posted that story, and just right as it was being posted on ESPN.com, Shams said, no, he's on his way to D.C. That's right, Anthony Davis is on his way to the Wizards. I guess a win almost now move for the Wizards. We'll see how that looks with him and Trae Young there. Anthony Davis goes to the Wizards along with Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum. The Dallas Mavericks get Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley as the third, and also 2 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks. So that's Davis, Hardy, Russell, and Exum for Middleton, Johnson, Branham, Bagley the third, 2 firsts and 3 seconds. Want to hear your thoughts down below on that major trade. If you liked it for Dallas, if you liked it for Washington, you can pretty much essentially now know what the Luka trade was, unless Max Christie is traded for something substantial. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But essentially now you got Max Christie plus a first from the Lakers, and then you got Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley third, 2 firsts and 3 seconds for the Luka trade, essentially. So there you have it. And I'm sure it'll branch off maybe even a little more from there, but I wanted to go ahead and mention that. Your thoughts on that? It puts him in a new home. We'll see if he even plays him and Trae Young this season, because they're still in full tank mode in D.C., but they're looking now to win more now. We talked about the Triple J, Jared Jackson Jr. trade to Utah on yesterday's show. So this is another poor team, or a team perennial loser, that's looking to get better sooner rather than later with this semi all-in trade for Anthony Davis. So we'll wait and see what happens. An interesting trade was done by the current NBA champions, Oklahoma City Thunder. They went out and got Jared McCain, and since they have an abundance of picks, they can throw a ton of picks at people. So they threw a first-round pick, which is coming up this year. It's Houston's pick, which is going to be, the late 20s? So not a really, big pick as far as that's concerned. It's going to be on the back end of the first round. But then also as well, Three second round picks also as well coming in the deal. Jared McCain, a nice young player that they get, a pretty good shooter, and we'll see how he builds himself around SGA and OKC Thunder on that. But yeah, sneaky good trade, I think, for the OKC Thunder, especially because of the fact that they have a lot of picks, and Philadelphia can use those picks, I'm sure, going forward as well. The Hornets and Bulls, and also the Thunder got involved in this one, with the Chicago Bulls getting Colin Sexton, Osman Dieng from the Thunder, and three second round picks Chicago got. Actually, they've been picking up picks. I know I was talking about that with Caleb Ponce on the NBA Observations recently. And yeah, Chicago hadn't been making trades up until this past trade period that have included some picks, and now they've got at least some second rounders, I believe, also from trades on the weekend as well. So yes, they've got some trades. They got some second round picks now, along with a tryout on Osman Dieng. Didn't work out with OKC. Famously, he was drafted after the OKC Thunder moved three first round picks to New York in order to get him. So yes, there you go. With his career now moving to Chicago, Colin Sexton, grizzled veteran, might be someone that you might see moved before the trade deadline one more time as well. The Charlotte Hornets get Mike Conley, who will subsequently be waived or maybe traded again and waived. And Kobe White, which is, I think, the real part of this trade for Charlotte, getting a high-end scorer, guy who averages almost 20 points a game coming from Chicago, could really boost that bench even more for a high-scoring team. And what do they need? Maybe some defenders, a little bit more around the perimeter on that. But you know what? They get themselves a high-end scorer, and I think that was a really under-the-radar good trade for Charlotte. Charlotte, be on the lookout for them. Not as far as this season's concerned, because they're still so far back, but they've been playing extremely well. And if they keep that base healthy, they could be doing some good things with some right moves during the summer to build upon it, and could be a team to look out for in the next couple seasons. But they also got a second-round pick on top of it. And then also as well, OKC Thunder, because they traded Dieng away, they got Mason Plumlee, who was subsequently waived off the Thunder and is now available out there on the open market as soon as he clears waivers. Chris Paul and his deal goes to the Toronto Raptors. Clippers get the draft rights to Vanya Marinkovic. Essentially, it's a trade dump as far as them dumping his salary to get off that salary. The Clippers is, and Brooklyn Nets get in the deal Ochai Agbaji, who has really struggled from three this year. Still a decent defender. I know that my friend in Germany always loves to go ahead and point that out as far as a defender that he is, but he's not even playing much at this point for Toronto because his jump shot is so broken right now. Hopefully he can get it and find a fix for it in Brooklyn. Brooklyn also gets a second-round pick in that deal as well. And as far as another multi-team trade, the Atlanta Hawks get Jock Landale. Remember, he was traded yesterday from Memphis to Utah. Well, now he goes from Utah to Atlanta. Utah Jazz get Lonzo Ball and cash considerations. They will be subsequently waiving Lonzo Ball come Thursday and making him a free agent, most likely somewhere, for him to hopefully pick up with another team. Cleveland Cavaliers get two second-round picks in the deal as well. The Magic trade Tyus Jones to the Hornets to get off of his $7 million salary. Orlando gets some cash considerations. The Charlotte Hornets, they may keep him because I know he hasn't proved it this year, but he has been in the past a really solid point guard. So he may gel with as a backup on the Charlotte Hornets team, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see if he gets waived himself or he stays on the team. But they also get two second-round picks as well from the Orlando Magic for taking that salary dump from the Orlando Magic as well. The Warriors, another big trade in the evening. This essentially writes off, in my opinion, for now, the Golden State Warriors as a trade destination for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Obviously, they couldn't get a deal done, even though they had the most draft picks to offer the Milwaukee Bucks. But obviously, the Milwaukee Bucks didn't like what the Golden State Warriors had to offer. So they said, the heck with it. We're just going to move on. And what they did first was that they traded for Kristaps Porzingis. Who knows what his health issues are like? Again, he's been ill once again during the course of this season. Mystery illness after mystery illness. We're wondering what's up with that. But he gets traded to the Golden State Warriors. The Atlanta Hawks get Jonathan Kuminga, so that saga is finally over for them. And Buddy Hield. We'll see if Buddy Hield gets moved as well. But obviously, if he does, he's going to provide some shooting for a team that might get him indeed. So we'll see what happens there. The Warriors then traded Trayce Jackson-Davis to the Toronto Raptors, and he went for the only mention of the Lakers so far as of this recording. But it is the Lakers' second round pick this year. The Golden State Warriors are going to get due to them trading Trayce Jackson-Davis to the Raptors. So again, Lakers got to get mentioned here somehow, and that's the only one they've been mentioned so far, is that their second round pick is going now, as of now, to the Golden State Warriors. And the Knicks traded Gershon Yabusele, who was a free agent signing for them. It's going to be a key part of their rotation as far as coming off the bench, because he played really well in Philadelphia, but didn't seem to work out with Mike Brown's rotation. Didn't seem to stay in it. He gets traded to Chicago, who has been big time active. I don't exactly know what they're doing. Hopefully they do. You know, I joked on the NBA observations that they were just making trades to make trades and that they're going to get a blue ribbon, most trades for the trade period, stuck on their chest. But yeah, they get Gershon Yabusele, and the New York Knicks get Dalen Terry in that trade. So that recaps the entire trade period for Wednesday. The question turns to, if you guys want to go ahead and think about it for a sec, because are the Lakers looking to make a trade? With just hours left in the trade deadline, are the Lakers going to go ahead and make a trade? Well, if they made one in the morning when this drops, you'll know already the answer. But if they haven't made it as of yet, they'll have only a precious few amount of minutes to go ahead and get something done. But the question is, with the Lakers' timeline and the seemingly signals that they want to go ahead and save some of that beloved cap space for the summer and beyond, either 26 or 27, they may be looking more to do something down the line and may not be able to, or may not want to do something very soon, and that includes the trade deadline. But one of the interesting things was several teams that were expected to be players or major players as far as free agency over the summer, or at least have cap space, significant cap space over the summer, with this trade activity, suddenly do not have as much money to spend, making it more and more likely that the Lakers will, if they continue on and make no moves, be one of the teams with the most prolific amount of cap space this summer to go ahead and maybe start that build around Luka, hopefully sooner rather than later. But again, that's still a question of if or when. But as a contender, they will have the most cap space already coming out of it. It looks like, unless something dramatic happens, that as far as the cap space is concerned during the summer to make moves then. But some of the teams that they might have been competing against, like a Washington, like a Utah, those teams have already committed with those big salaries of Anthony Davis and Triple J to, maybe not be as active in the free agent market. So maybe that's a sign that the Lakers, or trade market as well. So we will see what happens with that, but very interesting to see. And will the Lakers make a trade? Again, with the limited amount of assets that they have, 1 first, 2 seconds, 5 pick swaps, and 7 expiring contracts as of now. It just doesn't look great for them to make a big splash before the trade deadline ends. But if they do anything, maybe look for a along the margins trade that will hopefully help one of the worst benches in the NBA. So look for that as well. So wanted to go ahead and make mention of that. Hopefully we will get some type of activity to talk about on tomorrow's show. Plus also as well, the Lakers are going to be hosting Philadelphia, the 76ers, on Thursday night. Yes, they will be hosting them. They will not have Jackson Hayes in the lineup, who will be out with a suspension because he pushed a mascot. That's right, he did push I think the Brooklyn Nets mascot to be exact. So, yeah, while Jackson Hayes will see the highest of highs being part of the slam dunk contest and all that, he will not be a part, I believe, of the next game because he did push the Wizards mascot. It is the Wizards mascot. He gave a little bump to in a joking fashion. I don't think there was any ill intent on it. Yeah, he did give him a little bit of bump. And if you watch it on Twitter, it is available right there for you. It is the Wizards. It's G Wiz, actually, as far as it's concerned. G Wiz got bumped by Jackson Hayes, and it earned him a 1-game suspension. I don't think the NBA has a good sense of humor on that. I looked at it on Twitter. It does not look like to be anything serious. It's just a little forearm shiv, kind of playful, but obviously it was taken the wrong way by the league office. So no Jackson Hayes in the lineup tomorrow, as far as on Thursday night against the Sixers, but everybody else important will be there. The injury report came out, and it was clear, which was a great sign outside of Adou Thiero, who still is ongoing with that knee injury. So that means Austin, Luka, LeBron, and the rest of the Lakers, sans Jackson Hayes, unless there's a appeal that's made, an appeal that's passed, will most likely be out. But yes, everybody else will be in the lineup tomorrow against the Philadelphia Sixers at home at the Crypt tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that, and looking forward to seeing what everybody will think about what's going on with the Los Angeles Lakers. But I do get a lot of feedback, and I do get a lot of questions as far as the Lakers are concerned. And one of the things I get talked about and asked about quite a bit is, will Rob Pelinka make a trade, and do you want him to make a trade? And the just the way the attitude is, I think there's a lot of fans out there that are not as patient, and they don't see the process that is going on with the Lakers. I'm not sure I always agree with it. I said before that I thought that they should have done something in the summer. I don't like wasting a good year, a year where Luka is averaging 33, 9, and 9. You know, those days don't always come for you. He could be injured next season or next season after that. But we will wait and see. I'm expecting at least a buyout, to get a buyout player in the next few days or so when they're able to go ahead and afford it. Because remember, they're right now, as of now, they're 1.1 million over the cap. So if they get a buyout player, he has to fit within that 1.1 million of salary. So we'll have to wait and see. And I don't, there are limitations on who they can sign as far as what players they can sign based off of how much they made during the season as well. So you have to factor that in. So we'll have to go ahead and get a clarification on that as that news becomes available, but we'll wait and see. But I expect at least Rob to pick up a player of some type on a buyout or maybe a small trade to get that done. But I don't expect a whole lot. Tufso says, yeah, about the Philly mascot. Yes. As far as it's concerned, I know that he was talking about that. Mega Driver says one thing to have in mind, Harden, as far as the James Harden trade that we talked about, Harden hasn't always performed well in the playoffs, but he can help to keep Mitchell off the ball. We'll see if the East is wide open, but I think that like Boston, the Pistons, or the Knicks, they will bounce the Cavaliers. So yeah, he thinks that the Cavaliers, even with the addition of Harden, is not good enough to go ahead and get out of the East. And the Minnesota trade is kind of opening space for another piece, like Legend said on one of my NBA observation shows. He said that Giannis could be moving to Minnesota. Minnesota, with Golden State getting out of the Giannis Antetokounmpo business for now, Minnesota looks like, especially with the cap space that they cleared with their trades and the Mike Conley trade and whatnot, yeah, they might be in the clubhouse to maybe get something done before the trade deadline ends. I also look for someone like maybe John Morant, and then also maybe someone like Domantas Sabonis to possibly be moved as well. And Mega Driver said, and Rob Pelinka might trade his chair, his chair from the office. Yeah, absolutely. Any trades that that chair in his office will be well used tomorrow if it's not already. But again, and we will wait and see what happens. But it's so great to hear you guys again. It is, of course, Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much again for watching this. If you have any comments, please let us know below in the comments as far as what's going on with the Lakers, what you would like to see. Is there a trade you are hoping to see the Lakers make that will really put the Lakers in the right position as far as it's concerned to compete in the Western Conference? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Again, you can leave that anytime you want. I will try to answer it as fast as I can, and I'm looking forward to getting your just your thoughts, your impressions on what's going on with the Lakers as they
Well,
continue to
if
go
you like
ahead
what we
and be able to see what's going on with the trade deadline. If there's any trades that you like out there that really kind of irks you that the Lakers didn't jump on or didn't take a chance to get, we'd love to hear your thoughts on that right down below as well. But again, it's been great having you guys here. Truly appreciate the feedback, truly appreciate the love and support I've been getting over the past few days. But yes, I cannot thank you enough for everything out there. Wanted to go ahead and float couple more things. T Max says Lakers don't need anything more offense. We need defensive minded players and wings. Yes, I know, T Mac. We do need defensive minded players or wings, but Ayo Dosunmu would be a great fit for the Lakers as far as that's concerned. But they also, with the worst scoring bench in the league, need someone to produce some points consistently off that bench. And Kobe White will be doing that for Charlotte. And I'll just note that as well. But yes, defensive minded players and wings, a rebounder. I mean, the Lakers have a lot of issues that they need to address. Another big man, perimeter defense, shooting. They need more shooting. They're one of the worst shooting teams. Okay, they don't rebound the ball well, as we saw in New York. They don't shoot the ball well from three, as we've seen many times over the past few weeks. They don't defend well, and they're one of the worst productive benches in the entire NBA. So, Rob, you got your work cut out for you. And again, all I say is good luck, because you're going to need it. But we're going to be behind you one way or the other. As far as it's concerned, whether you make the wrong move or the right move, we're just hoping for something good to happen. We'll be all, well, I would say we will all be behind him. You know, if he does make a bad move, I think we'll go ahead and share our thoughts on that as well. So, again, but we're hoping that Rob will try to make the smart moves, even if it's no moves at all, and he plans something towards the summer and he's given the leeway to do so. I want to hear your thoughts down below. Is the Lakers' future in good hands with Rob Pelinka? We want to hear your thoughts on that down below. But I cannot thank you enough for stopping by. It is Gerald Glassford. Thanks again for watching, listening. Please give a like and subscribe to the Fan Arc Network. And also make sure you give that like and subscribe and that notification bell the next time the Lakers Latest hits you right on your YouTube feed, right here at Lakers Latest.